salaries table also. In employees table, we will have it like employee name, employee ID, employee department, employee things and all. In salaries table, employee ID, what is his salary, whether I paid this salary for this particular month or not. Is there any balance in the last month? Is there any advance he have taken it? What is his DA, something, something, PF and all. Two tables we will maintain. Na? In one table, if you put it like it will become some more problem. So that's why I will put it in two tables. Now, what is the problem now? Today, one employee got resigned. We have to delete one employee now. If I delete one employee from employees table, if I delete one employee from employees table, I have to delete that particular employees from the salaries table also now. What if one employee is not in the employees table, but is in the salary table? That will be a problem. So when you do one event in one table, I did delete from employee, simple. But whenever I did delete from employee, automatically it should do delete from the salaries also. Or whenever I deleted, there is another table called deleted employees. In that deleted employees, I wanted to add this guy. When I deleted here, automatically it should insert in another table. When one event happens, automatically you want to run particular code. That is called trigger. What is it called? Trigger. Normally programming languages uses this. Like you all know JavaScript now, you all are from JavaScript people only. Okay. In JavaScript, when I click the button, I want to run a function. Can I do that? How do you do that when you click a function? When you click a button, how do you do run a function? You will use on click. On click event. On click event means when event happens, what is the event click? When click event happens, it triggers a function. In the definition, literally, it is saying it like when click happens, it triggers a function. That means function will run only when you click the button. If I never click the button, never it will run, right? But if I click the button, automatically it will call. You don't need to call it. Do I have to call it separately, the function? No. Click the button, automatically it will go for that. That is called triggers. What is it called, ma? Triggers. It is used for the automations. Okay, some kind of automatic actions. Now, how do you do that? Mostly triggers are used. Triggers are used to validate the data before inserting, log the changes, just etc. Syntax: create, trigger, trigger name. You can write it here. Before or after, insert or update or delete on table name for each row. Begin code. end. You will write the code actually here. You will write the actual code here. Like, sir, what is this trigger will be created with a particular code, and this code will happen. Like, for example, if I write before insert on employees, that means whenever employee one, if you do it insertion, first it will do this one, and after doing this one, it will do insert. If I do after insert, after it is inserted something in the that particular table, then it will do this particular code. What code you will write it here, it will be different. Like, we will write it like different kinds of code. You can write it here also some kind of queries only. You can also write it here, insert, delete, update operations. You can also do it like some kind of logs or something. Okay, clear ma? Now let's do it one example, sir. Let's do one example. Example. I will go here. one which separates one line and another line. Actually, if two lines are there, the two lines have to be to separate two lines. Normally, people will use semicolon. Okay, but the problem is like semicolon is used for delimiter and also semicolon is used for syntactical purpose also. So sometimes when you are creating these triggers or stored procedures, it will confuse with the normal semicolon with the delimiter semicolon. Here, see, you write one query. This is one query, na? This inside one is one query, outside one is separate one. So to separate these two things, it needs to have some kind of separation between these two. That is considered as delimiter. But the delimiter is, normally semicolon one. But the semicolon one, it will get confused with normal semicolon and the delimiter semicolon one. That's why they said it like you can use separate delimiter. You can put any symbol you like. If I put it here, double dollar. If I use it here, end double dollar or something, and double slash delimiter and it should work. Delimiter. Still the same thing is coming, but the logic is delimiter something and ending with, is it the space? It happens only in MySQL. When it goes to the Oracle or something, it won't. Double dollar, na, you can put anything. Sir, there is no space after log underscore table. That doesn't matter, man. See, delimiter can be any symbol. Like in example, they said it dollar dollar. If I put it slash slash also, it shouldn't have any problem. See, if I use the same syntax as they, I don't need this then. Now it's working. So one more time I will tell you. If I do this, before I do this, देखो. Semicolon is considered for two purposes. One is for separate between one line and another one. Separate one is called delimiter. What is it called? Delimiter. Semicolon is used for separating one line with another one. Also, semicolon also means end. Semicolon means it's over. When you put the semicolon, that particular query. But here the problem is like when I write one query, when I put it here semicolon, it will think it like the query is over. No, but the query should over with end. No? Whenever you write end, that particular trigger should be over. Normal queries you don't have any problem because they end with semicolon only. But here this particular trigger is ending with end. How you will write it like end only? After the end, if you put semicolon, that would be fine. But here only you are putting the semicolon because this one and this one you need to separate. This semicolon I write it for separate purpose. And here if I write it in another semicolon, that I am writing for ending purpose. But the program will confuse which semicolon is for ending purpose, which semicolon is for separate purpose. So that's why we will create something called delimiter. We are creating our own delimiter. What is the default delimiter? Semicolon. I'm creating my own delimiter. Sir, it's not necessary like it should be double dollar. It can be anything. It can be any symbol or anything. It doesn't matter here. If I do it here, I should end it with that. Don't get confused, like it should be only double slash or single dollar. Could be anything you can put. You can even put delimiter like Prasad also. We you will confuse later. Okay, that is why people will do it like in a common symbols. Most people will use it like double slash or a double dollar, double at the rate kind of one. After end at the rate delimiter, that's it. You don't need, see, semicolon you will not put it here. If you wanted semicolon, like if you are using any another statement, then you will write it here, delimiter here. What is this mean? This means from now onwards again delimiter semicolon only. Initially delimiter semicolon, you changed it. After the query is over, then you are like, okay, in this line number 19 only query is over. Now you are telling it now onwards use semicolon only. You got my point, ma? Now I don't need this. Now if I do it, the query, I think it is successfully created. See, create trigger, it got created, sir. Now what you will do, sir? I want to insert something. Sir, trigger is created according to our logic. Now I will insert something into the employees. Insert into employees. In employees values, EID, ename, gender 251, EID, ename, John Doe, gender, salary, country, MID, MID. I will give MID 107 201 so that I will not have any foreign key problem. Sir, now see, I am inserting into employees. Am I inserting into employees or log table? Employees, na? But sir, you already created one trigger, sir. What is the logic now? If I insert into employees, automatically it will be inserted into the log table. What the trigger, na? Trigger means automatically it should happen. Now, sir, you inserted into the employees, sir. Dekho, you inserted into the employees. If you go to the employees, in employees, you inserted the John Doe. But if I go to the log table, can you see? One. What is the data here? New employee is added. At what time? देखो, current timeline 2025 10 10 8 42 30. Online, anyone have any doubts, sir? How automatically added, sir? That is called trigger, sir. How automatically you will call a function, sir, when you click a button? That is called trigger, sir. Okay. So trigger bole to in definition, that is what I'm telling it. Sorry, where is this? Triggers by definition, a trigger is a block of SQL code that automatically runs. Every time you do insert on this, automatically it will do insert that particular query also it will run. That automatically runs whenever an event occurs. So, sir, every time whenever this thing happens, sir, whenever you insert into this particular table, employees table, automatically it will go here and it will do this one. Are you getting my point, ma'am? Any doubts? Online, anyone have any doubts? How they are connected with each other because of this query. They are connected with each other because of this query. Create a trigger after insert on employees. This is direct line only, na? After you insert them on employees, it will work. You can even do more tricks. Like for example, I will say concat. Anyone knows in thing like there is something called concat. Why the concat is not working? Concat concat is expecting value at the select set. Why not? Go here, it will work. Concat new, there is a thing automatically new dot ename. Drop trigger, trigger name, basic trigger. Trigger does not exist. Refresh. You can see all the triggers which are existed here. Now there is no trigger there. I will run it. Then it is saying it like trigger already exists. Mad guy. Oh, not on log table. You should say this table, na? Basic trigger. Huh? Use office drop trigger, trigger name, basic trigger on employees. Why it is not getting a trigger? Hmm. Refresh all. Insert event timing. The same thing happens, sir. So basically, this is the trigger one. Okay. Basic trigger. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. It. What is wrong in it? The name spelling mistake. Okay. Now, what I did, sir, this time. This time also I will do same thing only, but this time I used something called concat. Concat is like a string method. If anyone knows string methods in programming languages, all string methods, whatever are there, you can use them here also. Length, concat, uppercase, lowercase, those things will be here also. Concat means adding two strings is called string concatenation. I am using one operator called new. If I use new, the recent one will come. If I write it here, one more query, Sita, 252, female, insert this. Now when I insert it here, I will go to the log table. Now can you see? Sita new employee is added. Like Sita is added. Sita is deleted from the database. Sita is updated its salary. Like that, I can give some kind of custom messages. So when I see this table now, after like kind of 1 day or 2 days, if I see this table, I can understand like what are the operations happened in our complete database. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, is it clear? Can you please note it down? Everyone note it down this particular one. Example, this one. Note down this, sir. Delimiter. We can use we can use keywords like keywords new and old to refers to the new and old. We can remove the triggers using drop trigger name. Tomorrow we'll discuss stored procedures, functions, and views. Anyone have any question in this? As you can't control the triggers, you should be careful with them because when one action happens, automatically they will be called. In real time, people uses triggers a lot. Clear? Good. That's it for today, ma. Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow and we'll discuss it like stored procedures, views, and all. Okay. Yeah. Online, if anyone have any questions, you can tell me, ma. Huh? Huh, delimentary is compulsory. If you put it delimentary only for that particular time, okay, you are changing the delimiter. By default, delimentary is semicolon. Not only triggers, functions, stored procedure, everything. Functions, stored procedures, views. I don't think views, stored procedure, functions you will use barabar. ఆన్లైన్ ఒకసారి చూసి లీడ్ కోడ్ లో SQL 50 అని ఉంటుంది, అది ఓపెన్ చేసి అందులో జాయిన్స్ ట్రై చేయండి. చూసి ఇలానే ఇంకా నార్మల్ గా చూడు, నీకు ఒకవేళ అర్థం కాకపోతే నన్ను అడుగు, నేను చెప్తా. బేసిక్ జాయిన్స్ అంటే అలాగా క్వరీస్ ఎలా రాయాలి చూసి లీడ్ కోడ్ లో SQL 50 అని ఉంటుంది, అందులో ట్రై చేయి. Just అందులో జాయిన్స్ ఉంటాయి, 10 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, నువ్వు ఒక 5 ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ సాల్వ్ చేస్తే నీకు జాయిన్స్ అయిపోతాయి.